Hi everyone, I'm Pau and I do random stuff for the internet. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the biggest lessons I've learned as a business owner. So I have owned a photography business for 9 years now. Here are our socials. Please do check us out if you have the time. And I've also come from a family of small business owners. And there were a lot of things that I have learned over the years. Some of them are very painful lessons, and I really wish I knew them before coming into the business world, but that's how it is. Most of the time, you learn as you go, and that's life. But if you're starting out in a business or you really want to put up your own, please keep watching, and I hope some of these lessons will help you in the future. So, without further ado, here are 9 things I wish I knew before I started a business, coming from someone who has owned and managed a business for 9 years. The first lesson, and probably the most important lesson, and the most obvious one, is believe in yourself. I know that sounds very basic or like common sense, but some of us forget to do this. If you're starting a business, you have to be your biggest fan and supporter. You have to be the number one person that believes in your product, in your service, and in your company. Because people will not believe in what you're offering if you yourself do not believe in it. They would really sense that energy coming from you. They would really see the doubt, and they would really see and feel that you don't feel confident enough about this product or this service. And if you don't believe it, why should they? So I started my business when I was 19, turning 20, and thankfully back then I still had that kind of youthful arrogance in a way that I believe my work was really good enough, but looking back at it now, it's not really good. But anyway, I had that confidence back then to present my work to so many people and to reach out to clients that were technically out of my league. But I did it anyway because I believed in myself that much. And when you're running a business, you really have to do that because the energy and the mentality that you give out with regards to your product or company or service is the same mentality that your clients or the people around you will adapt. So even if you're starting out, even if you're just building a portfolio or just starting to build your network or just trying to make your first few sales, you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to really tell yourself that, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it well. And yes, I can produce great work. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it and you can do it well. And you are a business worth spending money on. Number 2, strangers are more likely to support you than the people you know. I know it sounds very harsh, but that's the reality that most business owners experience. It's much more common to become friends with your clients than have your friends become your clients. In all my years of doing business, especially during the early days, the ones that really believed in me are people that I don't even know. I've only had a handful of people that I know that asked me to photograph some of their events. And some of the ones that do tried to ask for a huge discount. And there were a few that asked me to do it for free, and we're not even close. The audacity. And back then, I used to feel really bad about it that, oh, why wouldn't they hire me? My work is decent and they know me. So if that's something that you're experiencing, please do not be discouraged. Sometimes that's just how it is, especially if you're around people whose culture is they won't believe you until you've done something great, or they won't believe you until you've made it. Here in the Philippines, we have a phrase that says, wala ka pang napapatunayan, which basically translates to you haven't proven anything yet. And some people really live by that mentality because you haven't proven anything yet. They won't start believing in you. They would only support you when you're already successful, but never during the time where you're trying to be successful. And that's okay. If the people around you do not see the value of your work, don't worry, there are hundreds, thousands more people out there that would want what you're offering. You just have to seek them out. Number 3, outsourcing will let you grow much faster. So when I was starting out with my photography business, I tried to do everything. So other than just focusing on improving my photography and just focusing on the creative work, I was also the one answering emails. I was the one promoting our brand on social media building the website, reaching out to clients. I was even trying to do photography and videography simultaneously at one event, and that was a bad idea. There's nothing wrong with that at the beginning, especially when you don't have a lot of resources yet. But what made my business grow so much over the years was the fact that I outsourced people. I finally stopped trying to do everything and hired people that actually knew what they were doing. I finally hired a video team, an editor. I've also hired someone to answer the emails and focus on our marketing, and I'm going to hire someone to redo our website. And you might be thinking, why should I hire people when I could do it myself? That would save it more money. But here's the thing, your time is more valuable. And over the years, when I have outsourced people, when I've hired people to do these jobs for me, I've actually been making more money. Think of it as you trying to build your own house. Yes, you could probably do it on your own, but it's gonna take so much time and so much effort, and you're gonna get burned out real fast. Whereas if you have a whole community of people working on that house, you'll be able to build it in a day. Like in Encanto. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. I still think it's very important to have a base understanding of how everything works in your business. That way you know that you're not being ripped off, and you know what kind of quality of work to expect from these people and how everything works. So yeah, if you want to grow more, you should definitely delegate your tasks and outsource. So outsourcing has enabled me to expand the services that I offer and scale up from there. 2, outsourcing has got me focusing on the parts of the business that I want to do, which is the photography and the creative part of the business. And 3, the stuff that I don't want to do, which is answering emails, updating the website, marketing, and so on and so forth. I have other people do it for me. When you do outsource, make sure you're hiring people that are experts in what they do. These people should be able to do the task faster and better than you. That's the whole point. And if that's the case, they can help you reach your goals and targets faster and will bring more money into your business. Number 4, you need to find your niche or specialty. This is very important because it's like having a clear identity of who you are and what you offer. This will also help you find the people that you're looking for at a much faster rate. So when I was starting out in my photography business, I wanted to do every photography service possible. I wanted to do events, I wanted to do portraits, I wanted to do marketing and advertising and food photography, which are like very different photography genres. And I think it took me a couple of years before settling on what I really wanted to do, which was events photography. I'm very passionate about capturing moments and really documenting events and things as they unfold. So when I decided to just focus on events photography, I narrowed it down even further. A lot of photographers would go the wedding route, but I actually went the corporate events route because they have more money and it's less work. And personally, I found that it helps with lessening disappointments. When I heard that a couple wouldn't go for me as their wedding photographer because my rates are higher than another studio, I don't feel bad about it anymore because I don't see myself as a wedding photographer. I'm a corporate events photographer. And I just think to myself, that's fine. That's not my specialty. That's not what I'm offering. Also, once you have your niche or your specialty, you could focus on improving just that. So over the years, I've just focused on building our corporate events portfolio and investing on equipment that would help with those kinds of events, like live stream equipment or live feed equipment. So once you specialize on something, you can improve on that further, and that would help you reach your target market even more because these people would know that you specialize on that one thing. This actually leads us to number 5, which is know who you're trying to reach and cater to them. In other words, know your target market. I know that there are some business owners who are like, why would I limit myself? I want to reach everybody. We all want to reach a lot of people, but but you have to know that that approach wouldn't really work in the long run, because if you reach a whole lot of people, but those people are not the ones trying to find you or are not interested in you, then it's kind of useless. So it's very important to know who are you trying to reach. If you've done stuff for, if you wanted to focus on something, if you know your niche, if you know what specific thing you want to make your specialty, you could derive your target market from there. So for example, when I wanted to focus on corporate events photography, of course, I was going to try to reach a lot of companies. And if you still don't know what to focus on, you could also just observe the kind of people that you're attracting with your service or your product. So back then, I was really trying to be a wedding photographer like most of the photography studios here in the Philippines are doing. And then I noticed I was barely getting any wedding bookings, but I was getting a lot of inquiries from companies for their events. So that's is when I realized that there's something about my brand or the way I shoot that appeals to corporate events. There is a demand from companies for the kind of service that I'm offering. So I changed my direction and really leaned hard to the corporate events world because that's what people are responding to. Also, when my family and I were trying to sell women's products online, we're trying to target people in their early 20s, ones that are just starting out with their jobs and all of that. We checked the sales, we checked the insights of all of our ads. That's something you could use. And we also checked the demographics in this e-commerce site that we were selling at. And we found that most of our buyers are actually in their late to mid 20s to early 30s. They were the ones with the purchasing power and not the ones in their early 20s. So we shifted the marketing tone to cater to these people. Know who you're trying to reach and cater to them. Number 6, and this is very important. Winter always comes. Running a business is not the most stable thing in the world. There are months where the money is great and it's pouring in, and there are months when you have little to none. And that's normal. It's as inevitable as the seasons change. It's as inevitable as winter comes to other colder countries, not in this country. So what I mean is, it really goes up and down. You could earn more, but there would be months where it will be less. That is normal. The important part is to know when your lean seasons are. That way you could better prepare for them. Know that winter comes to everybody. It's inevitable. Not every month is going to be a good sales month. There's going to be times where it dips, and that's just how it is. So for my business at least, my lean months are January and February. That's so hard to pronounce. January to February. Because everyone spent their money back in December. So with that in mind, I would really ham up the marketing from November. Actually, from September to December, I would really ham up the marketing so we have a lot of events at a time where people are willing to spend so much on events. And then I make sure that the money we get from those months will be able to sustain us for the next 2 to 3 months. The same way that you would save up resources for a very long winter. So know that winter is normal. You just have to know when it happens to you and how you could better prepare for it. Number 7, put your greatest achievements out there and make the most out of it. Here's what I mean by that. If you have worked with a very big brand or a prestigious brand or someone famous, or your company has been given an award, or say you have worked with over 500 clients, put that out there and let your potential clients know about this. It's another good way of promoting yourself and telling people what makes you different. I've actually missed out on doing this for a few years. So my company has had the opportunity to cover a 3-day event that the United Nations SCAP was hosting here in the Philippines back in 2017. That was a very big event. Not only is it an event of the United Nations SCAP, it was also a joint project of the PPP and other big GOs here in the Philippines. And I didn't promote that. And I didn't promote that for like 2 years. I only took advantage of that fact that we have been trusted with such a big event and we actually did a good job of it. I didn't start promoting that for like 2 years. 1, because I was lazy, and 2, I thought I was like being boastful or whatever. That was the wrong time to be humble, I admit. But the moment I started to make the most out of that achievement, it helped me attract more clients. Because in their heads, hey, the United Nations SCAP trusted this company. Maybe we should check them out at least. Or something like that. My friend, what he's doing with his business is putting the fact that he has worked with over 500 companies as one of his main taglines on his website. And actually, one of the people that I referred to him was very impressed right away because of his experience. So what I'm saying is, if you have some kind of achievement, if you have that strength in your company, in your product, in your business, put that out there and make that your unique selling proposition. So go ahead and find out your strengths, your achievements, and don't be afraid to put them out there. Number 8, the most difficult people you'll encounter will give you your best lessons. So when I started my business, I was pretty young and I really hated confrontation. So I did my best to avoid difficult clients. And I still got them one way or another. I haven't learned how to weed out clients or decline certain people until a couple of years later. But here's what I'll say. Those clients or customers that gave you a hard time, in a way, be thankful for them because you would learn a lot from them. The important part is to take away a lesson from that horrible experience. Like, I've had a client once get angry at us because we won't do other services for them, and that really made me tighten up the scope that I put in my contracts. I've had clients that wouldn't pay me after I have given them all of the files, and from there I've learned to fix my payment terms. There's always a great lesson out of every difficult person you encounter. You might not be able to avoid them all the time. You will encounter difficult people as you run your business. Some people that are just maybe having a bad day and taking it out on you, or some people that have unrealistic expectations. It happens, we encounter them. But I think other than having the guts to really stand up for yourself and know where to draw the line and know when to reinforce your boundaries, the important part is you learn something from it and you use that horrible experience to make your business even better. So even if you encounter difficult people, cheer up, it's a lesson and it will help you in the future. Number 9, and the most important thing I wish I knew, just like everything in life, growing a business, it takes time. Out of all the lessons, this is the one that I wish I have internalized when I was younger. Because I spent so much time being frustrated and like beating myself up for not getting the results that I wanted. I really wish I haven't spent so much time comparing myself to other people or asking how come this guy gets that opportunity, how come I'm not getting as much. Really, comparing ourselves to others, our journey, comparing it to theirs, it robs us of experiencing that joy of building a business. And it's so exciting to build something from the ground up, really. Let's not ruin it by comparing our progress with other people or being frustrated that we're not getting as far as we thought we would be. Because really, things take time. Over the years, I've just learned that as long as you put in the work and as long as you're consistent, as long as you don't give up on this dream that you have, you will get results and you will have your time to shine, so to speak. You will have that big break, that essential moment that just pushes your business to greater heights. I'd like to think of starting a business and managing a business as watering a plant. Someone has to put in the work to water it every day and give it what it needs, right? And the thing with farmers is they don't see anything for a while. But because they know that it takes time and you still need to put in the work regardless of the results that you see, and that they're just consistent with it, and of course putting a lot of faith in it too, one day the plant will just shoot up and it's there. Sometimes it's gonna take even years before you see results. But I hope you have enough faith in yourself, enough faith in what you're trying to do, and I seriously hope and pray that you have enough resources to make it work for the long term. But really, as long as you don't give up, you will get results and you will be able to take this business idea into something that you have always wanted, something you've always dreamed of, even more. If you're not seeing results yet, if it's not up to your expectations, please know and remind yourself that things take time. It will be okay. Just continue to put in the work. Continue to put yourself out there. You will get results and you will be successful. So that is it. I hope at least one of these points have helped you out. I wish you the best of luck in your business endeavors. That sounded so formal, but really, I hope and pray that you would have the resources and the energy and the right people to surround you and seek you out, and that you will make a lot of money from your business. I wish and pray that for you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please like the video if you feel like it, and subscribe because I'm gonna do more of these and a bunch of random stuff too. Till next time, bye!